Decompose a function. So find two functions, f and g, such that the new function h of x will be a composition, f of g, of x. So we need to find two functions that when they are composed will give us the function for h of x. So we want to put g of x into f of x and get the result. So it says here neither function may be the identity function f of x equals x. Okay, so this is, I'm going to say, not using the identity function f of x equals x. So we need to use other alternatives. So our first question that we have, so a given h of x is the root of x cubed minus 4. So we need to think about how we can form two functions. So if we have a root, so if I have, let's make f of x equal to the root of x. So what do we need to make with g of x? So we need everything that's going to be inside the root, because that is going to go inside x. So this is going to be x cubed minus 4. Now if we check this out, so let's test this. So if we have f of x and g of x, and we take, let's just rewrite that. So f of g of x, so this is going to be f of x is root x, and instead of x we're going to write x cubed minus 4, and then we have our h of x. So that is one possible solution. Let's have a look at another example. So b, this time h of x is 2x squared plus 20x plus 50. So we need to make two functions, f of x and g of x. So we can make our f of x. So if you take our first term here, 2x squared. So what would we have? We want to be able to put our function inside of this. So if we were to factor, what can we factor by? Well, we've got an x, and we want a number that will go into 20 and 50. So, and we're going to multiply by 2. So let's divide them both. So 20 divided by 2 is 10, 50 divided by 2 is 25. So we want a number that will go into 10 and 25. We've got 5. So let's make g of x, x plus 5. So when we combine them, let's test it. So h of x, so we want this to be f of g of x, so we can write it this way, or we can write it as we did above. And if we have our g of x, and we're going to put it into 2x, so this is going to be 2x plus 5 squared. Now if we expand this, so we'd have x squared plus 10x, 5 plus 25. And if you multiply by 2, 2x squared plus 20x plus 50. So this here is our value for our h of x. Okay, so try a few questions. So have a look at this one. And have a look at h of x is equal to 1 divided by x plus 7. So you look into two functions to find what f of x and g of x would be. Okay, so let's have a look at some possible solutions. So if you want to put g of x into f of x, if we choose f of x as our first term here as x squared, we want to put our value inside here and square it. So to do that, we need to factor. So let's have a look what it would be if we factored. So let me just move this out of the way a second. So if we were to factor, we would have x minus 1 and x minus 1. So if we put x minus 1 squared into x squared, we will have our solution. So we can put g of x equal to x minus 1. So if you substitute this in, let's try it. Let's test it out. So our f of g of x. So if you put g, we're going to have x minus 1 squared. If we use a squared minus 2ab plus b squared for this one, and we will have x squared, so we're going to have minus 2x, and it's going to be plus 1. So this is going to be the same as our function h, so this is correct. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the second one. So possible solutions, well, we have a 1 over x, so that's a clue. So we need to do something. So we can make, if we make f of x equal to 1 divided by x, and then we're going to substitute, and we need x plus 7. So g of x, we can make it as x plus 7. So let's test. So our f of g of x, so we're going to take our 1 divided by x, and instead of x, we're going to write x plus 7. This is our function h, so that works.